Hi guys, I'm Ahmed.
I'm Barry.
And this is the 2020 Audi Q3 Sportback.
Okay, so Audi Q3 Sportback. Ta-da. Arguably one of the prettier Audis. Definitely one of the best looking in my opinion. So, where do we start with the Q3 Sportback? I guess the kind of places you do start is the Q3, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Now obviously it's going to share a lot of similarities being the same car.
Same model.
To a certain degree.
Yes.
Obviously being a Sportback, it's going to have that coupe line, it's going to have a bit more sporty looks. Kind of, it's a Sportback.
Yeah, it's a...
So let's start at the front.
Yes.
Okay. We get this grille, which I didn't realise is actually bigger than the other one until you pointed that out to me.
It looks bigger and different shape to it, sort of. Like the honeycomb,
nice.
the Audi honeycomb style of the RS
Definitely,
and the Sport,
definitely.
Audi Sport.
I am a big fan of this car because I've professed my love to the Q8 about 1,000 times. And I will do it 1,000 times more, and you're not going to stop me. But this car, okay, it is a much cheaper version. It's what, 17,000 D now, what's that, about £32,000, about what, 40 something thousand dollars, give or take?
Somewhere around that line.
Impressive, right?
Yes.
Now, given all Audis, amazing headlights, amazing taillights, we can't argue with an Audi taillight or headlight.
Nope.
They're great.
Yes.
There is an argument to be made that there's a lot of fake aero.
That is because it's not a pure sport car, it's just a sporty look.
There you are, Ahmed, you can do my job for me. If you want to do the rest, by all means, feel free. Now, this car's finished in, honestly, I don't know exactly the best way to describe the colour. I don't know the actual name of the colour. I'm sure we can
Find it, put it somewhere.
here. But I would say it's like a duck egg blue. And that's me trying to be old fancy. The car's incredibly hot and I regret doing that. Coming around to the side, you're going to start to see where it gets a lot more aggressive with the sides that bulge out and have these haunches to the front and backs. Looking at the wheels, how big are the wheels?
They're 18 inch.
Front and back?
Front and back 18 inch.
Standard.
If I'm not mistaken. Otherwise I stand
Standard,
correct.
They look very good. If these are standard then. As we start to come back to the car, it's when you're going to notice the bigger changes to the car versus the Q3. The windshield is raked more, which gives it that sportier look, which I quite like. We've got a nice...
Raise your
Ahmed's
voice.
trying to tell me to speak louder, and I just think it's kind of funny the way he's doing it. I just wish there was a camera looking at him as well. It's when we start to come back that we realise you've got this sports coupe kind of line, which is very similar to you get on the Q8, which is very, very similar to what you get in the Urus.
And the Cayenne Coupe.
And the Cayenne Coupe. Now I'm going to compare this car to like a Baby Urus. Not in terms of performance, but in terms of looks, which I would think would be relatively fair, seeing as they're based on exactly the same manufacturer, kinda. That do
Mother
share
company.
parts.
Mother company, sort of.
Mother company. Well, yeah, because if we say the grandparent company is Volkswagen. Anyway, we start to come towards the back. Now, these haunches you get at the back are so good looking. When you're driving the car, you look in your rear view window, you see these masculine haunches that just, to me, look so good. And it just makes the car seem that much more special. Because when you compare this to the regular Q3, it's night and day. The Q3 is not the top of the range, but this looks like it could just be one but under, simply because of the size. Now that's not something that you feel when you're on the inside of the car, but we'll come to that. The car does feature
Shark fin antenna.
shark fin,
Yes.
kind of spoiler.
Yeah, it is kind of a spoiler, especially.
It's kind of a spoiler.
It has also these additions to the side.
It's like aero. I don't know what it is.
It's non.
It's not going to be non-functional. It's not going to be non-moving. It probably is functional to some degree.
Yeah.
But it certainly does look good. Now, there are angles that this car doesn't look great. And that's, I'm saying doesn't look great, and it's on video. And that's from when I've looked at other videos, and that's my personal opinion. But when you see this car in person, I can't tell you how good it looks. It looks okay to good in photos. But when you see it in person, oh my god, it's a baby Urus. There's no other way of comparing it to anything else.
True, and especially when you turn on the tail light. I mean, the tail lights, they have
Let's
the
see if we can get that going.
sort of Y design, and especially when you see it from the back, you have the Y that
Yeah.
is similar to the
I did that.
Urus.
Now, supposedly, because the Sportback is a longer car, it has the same boot capacity. Obviously, you're not going to be able to get things as high, but you know, there's still a lot of room. It's a big,
It's
nice
spacious.
boot.
It's spacious.
Yeah.
And you can fold the back seats and have even more space to carry
Exactly.
luggage and
Exactly.
items. So it's a spacious and family car that you can take anywhere and carry your shopping.
Now, this car is available in multiple sizes of engines. Some getting sporty with the RS package that do have these big, gorgeous exhaust pipes. But something I would like to mention is, on your regular version, Audi hasn't gone through the route to create fake ones like they have in the past. To any other human that doesn't care about cars, nobody's going to notice this, nobody's going to care. But I kind of like that they didn't go with that for this car.
Yes.
Yes, there is an exhaust on here.
You can see it. I'll put it on the B-roll.
But they're
You
not
see it now.
hiding it like it's something to be ashamed of.
Exactly.
The car is available with sports diffuser. I
But
don't
this
think
is not the one.
has
This is
it.
not the sport diffuser. You
But-
can option it.
No, this is certainly a very good looking car, and it is a car that I personally would consider, and I think that everybody should. It's one that I would say that needs to be seen in person, because, I mean, when I first saw it, let's just say I was shocked. I'll get a bit more into that, but... Okay, and on that note, I think we'll just jump ahead into the car.
Yes, let's go. Yep.
First thoughts?
First thoughts on the car. I mean,
You've moved
a few inches.
a few inches.
Back and forth. Now the thing is, from the inside, I can't tell, like from this position, I can't tell it's a Sportback because it looks exactly similar to the Q3.
Okay.
There isn't much difference in this option. Some other options, they have Alcantara here and there, some
So
extra
this
finance.
is a 40 TFSI.
Okay, which means
2 litre twin turbo.
227 horsepower, which
177.
not the okay, so the 45 TFSI is the 227 horsepower.
I don't know if they're even available here, because those are British guys.
Oh, so this one is 100 and
So it's 130 kilowatts. I don't know why
Horsepower.
Audi only gave us that number. 132 kilowatts is 177 brake.
okay, 177. See, for a car this size, I don't know if that's gonna be a problem or not. Like, because I haven't driven it. You're driving it.
Okay,
How do you
so,
feel, in terms of acceleration and?
The Q3 was like the kind of car I'd give to my mum or my nan. Super comfortable, super easy, super intuitive for anyone. This car looks so good.
It looks nice from the inside.
To be honest, if I were to get this car, and I would like to get this car because I genuinely think it's very good looking. As you know, and I have stated multiple times my love affair for the Q8, this looks like a baby Q8, and I was shocked. I told Ahmed, I saw the car yesterday. I hadn't previously seen many images, and we passed a red one, and I think it was a Q1 or a Q2 or whatever. It's a baby SUV. I genuinely thought that this was like a Q5 because it just seemed much wider, much bigger, much more aggressive.
Which is surprising. Yes, it does feel wider from the front. I mean, when I'm sitting inside the car, I can't tell, but from the outside, seeing it compared to the Q3, it could be just like the design aesthetic of it, as you've seen from the
I literally said
exterior
to you,
shot.
I literally said to you that if that's the Q3 Sportback, I will eat my own hair.
I'm waiting for that stuff. Moving on to the interior of the car, and you see the specs over here. It's the standard thing. You have a 12-inch touch screen over here. It has some feedback, but it's more of an audio feedback, not haptic feedback. You have the digital cockpit over there, the normal as the Q3. It's the same design language, same button layout as the Q3 over here with the dual zone AC and everything. Somewhat small storage that with the armrest that moves back and forth. Some nice storage space. It has over here the Audi multimedia where you can have your CD and everything, and some nice storage on the side. Sort of wood trim over here.
It's got to be the faux wood, and I think that when you look at both sides, it's got both forward and it's got the piano black kind
with
of,
the chrome trim, I would say. And you have on your side the paddle shifts.
I do have paddle shifts,
which wasn't on the Q3.
No, I don't remember. Which makes us brilliant car reviewers.
I think the Q3 didn't have it. You have the what do you call it, frameless mirror over here, rear view mirror.
Something I would like to point out.
Yeah.
You know, you usually get a dial for your lights.
Yeah.
You got 3 buttons here. Huh. You've got an auto feature. You've got your front fog lights, and you've got your rear fog lights. You don't need any more than that. This is the easiest thing to use, and I love it so much.
You have some ambient lighting also over here, some options for the ambient lighting that you can select from the system itself.
Personally, for me, I'm happy with this car. I'd be happy if I owned this car. It looks good. I'm sure if you were a yob like myself, just get a black one with big black wheels, and there we go, you can look cool and impress nobody and drive around and like shift at weird times, and then people will go, wow, he's cool. This is a good looking car.
It has the sporty look.
Yes.
And that's it.
Great quality dash, great quality infotainment, easy to use. Realistically, you're only going to ever use 2 or 3 things in the dash, in the infotainment, which is the music and radio. Maybe you'll change the lights. In reality, if you're going to use maps, you're going to use Google Maps. This has got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's comfortable, it's a smooth ride. You don't feel that much sort of, you know, bumps and shakes and all of that. You feel them slowly, but I mean, a little bit. Steering wheel gets stiffer when you're on the motorway, which is something I find always enjoyable in an Audi. Like, no matter what Audi you drive, RS5. Is it when you get on the steering wheel? Is it when you get on the motorway, or is it when the speeds get higher?
Yeah, when you increase the speed, it gets more stiffer. You feel more confident holding the steering wheel and turning it. When it's at a slow speed, just a small turn will just turn the steering wheel, which is something that's really nice. You don't find it in many cars.
Now, in the world of downsizing, in the world of smaller engines, I think this fits.
Filters.
Well, I'm not about going to the engine and how much power. I think from a 2-litre, this is more than enough. I wouldn't feel at any point.
The thing is, I don't feel comfortable leaving this car in dynamic and sport because it's not what it's meant to be. Yes, it's a sportback, but
yes, I agree.
You're not getting anything out of it. It's just like, you know, you're revving the engine or just holding the gear. You don't need that in this car. That's my whole thoughts behind it. It's enjoyable as a sporty look, small SUV, but you're not coming into it as a sport car.
No.
It's not a Urus.
It's not a Urus. Now, I'm sure with an S-Line model, you'll get a bit more power, and then you'll get the RS. And, you know, there are other cars that will do the job, but I do think this is a phenomenally good-looking car.
No, looks-wise, yes, I do agree with you. It has some touches, even from the Urus itself, just like you guys saw on the back. Yeah, see, there is a slight lag, but it does go.
It does, right?
Yeah. It has sort of, what do you call it? Some range to it, yes.
Yeah. So the average person could afford to go.
It will enjoy it.
Spirited driving.
Yes, he can enjoy it.
He
can, or she. The car, it's comfortable. It has that sort of power that makes it usable, and you can go for a little bit of a spirited driving if you wanted to drive that way. Otherwise, just a comfortable place to be.
It's a good car to drive every day.
And it's a good car to drive every day. So I guess on that note, that is the end of the review for the 2020 Audi Q3 Sportback. And don't forget, guys, to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, and tell us what do you think between this car and the other Q3 that we have reviewed. And until next time, guys, see you.
Bye.